Hey everybody, this is Sun from 754 with an first episode of Barbershop Chronicles. Thank you to everyone who's encouraged me to actually do something with Barbershop Chronicles instead of just writing my encounters with some of my clients and customers. I actually decided to try and put it on, do a video clip, a live episode of it. So thank you. Also, I want to thank Chandra's, Coach Q's wife, for stopping by and dropping us off some official Krispy Kreme. As you know, we don't have that in upstate New York, so thank you for that. Also, thank the people who've been donating to our hurricane relief for Puerto Rico. So let's get into it. I had a client today who started talking about relationships in the chair. He started telling me a lot of different things. The first thing that he said to me, he said, I do so much for my wife. He said, but do you ever feel like, you do stuff for people and it's just like, oh, it's just something that you do? And I was like, yeah, sometimes, people just get complacent or they just think that you're there, we kind of like take people for granted. Then he said, I do a lot. He named tons of things, amazing things that he do. I was just like, wow, thrown back. And with the stuff that he was saying, he said, I don't do these things expecting her to match me or to do these things back. He said, I do them expecting her. And I was like, wow, like that's amazing, because that's real. There are people out here who are genuinely good people and they just do amazing things for people that they love and that they care about, because all they want in return is you, the greater you. And so I feel like sometimes maybe a person can't see who they really are or the greatness or the goodness that you see in them. And so we start investing and putting so much into them and they don't even know their own worth or why we're investing and putting so much into them. Then he came back and he said, son, I asked her, I said, what do you do for me? And it's crazy that we have to sometimes ask people or check people and say, what do you do for me? And I don't think that he was being arrogant when he asked his wife this question, because he said, she named off a laundry list of things that she do. And it wasn't even about that. And then he told her, he said, you know what? He said, don't do for me what I can do for myself. He wasn't, again, keep in mind, he was not being arrogant. He was just saying, sometimes I want you to support me. I want to continually be inspired by you as you are by me. Relationships goes both ways, and sometimes we forget that. And sometimes when a person chimes in and say, hey, something's wrong, we think that that person is chastising us. And they're not chastising us or beating up on us. They're saying, hey, I respect you, I love you enough to say, hey, let's fix this before this becomes investors into something that is not, or before I start to resent you, or before I'm no longer attracted to you, or whatever it is, or someone else is trying to fill this void. But what he left me with was, he said, son, as he was walking out the door, he was like, it is what it is until it ain't what it is. I was like, wow. It is what it is until it ain't what it is. So I took that and I broke that down. I said, either that could go two ways. Either it could continue to be what it is, and then it won't be, or we can fix it from what it is. And either way, it won't be what it is. So you decide how you want it to change. When it comes to relationships, and I've had my fair share of them, a lot of times we go into them giving our all. And we're not exactly sure who a person is, but a person says that we're the thing that they desire. So we come and we bring everything to the table. Sometimes a person is not yet able to reciprocate the thing that they desire. So the thing that you want, sometimes you have to be willing to give back. But first, I hope that you see your worth. So ladies, I'm going to say this. If you have a men, same, this applies to any relationship, heterosexual, homosexual, same loving, trans, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you have someone out there, go out there and buy him some flowers. Ladies, if you have a man, go buy him some flowers. You're probably like, son, my man doesn't like flowers. That's cool. Forget the flowers. No, don't forget the flowers. Matter of fact, send the flowers. This is what you do. You send the flowers with a gift card to his favorite store. That's how you do it, because it's important. It's important that you let him know that you're in touch with him or her. Do the things that's important to them. Not the thing, oh, he mentioned this, so I'm going to do this. Don't do it just because, but be genuine about it. This same gentleman also said, he said that his wife, let me run this back, his wife was praying and said, God, I thank you for him. And he said, not that I don't want you to thank God. I appreciate it. I appreciate you thanking God for me. But he said, thank me. Not being arrogant, but it was a thing of, I'm here, so give me a sincere appreciation. People can see right through that, whether or not it's sincere. You just saying thank you just because I did something nice for you. Are you really appreciating? So I say this to you: appreciate your partner, appreciate your loved one. Barbering is my ministry. This is what I do. This is the first episode of Barbershop Chronicles. Everybody have a blessed day. Have a 754 weekend, a 754 day. I love you guys. Take care. 1.